In an era where air travel has become synonymous with long security lines, crowded terminals, and cramped seats, there's a sense of nostalgia that envelops those who remember the golden age of aviation from the 1960s to the 1980s. The experience of airports and airplanes during this period was infused with a certain charm and elegance that seems to have vanished into the thin air of progress. One of the most notable differences is the dress code. In the bygone days, passengers would dress to impress when boarding a flight. Men donned suits, ties, and polished shoes, while women sported elegant dresses and pearls. Airports were a runway of sophisticated fashion, with travelers embracing the notion that air travel was a special occasion that demanded a touch of glamour. The check-in process was a vastly different affair back then. No self-check-in kiosks or mobile apps. Instead, passengers interacted with well-dressed airline staff who would manually check their tickets and luggage tags. The personal touch and genuine human connection during this process added a layer of warmth and reassurance that seems lost in the cold efficiency of modern technology. Security measures were also more lenient and less intrusive. Metal detectors were not omnipresent, and passengers breezed through security with minimal fuss. The idea of removing shoes, belts, and jackets would have seemed preposterous back then, and the airport security experience was a mere fraction of the time-consuming ordeal it is today. Once past security, travelers entered terminals that resembled upscale shopping arcades. Duty-free shops were a novelty, and passengers perused an array of luxury goods without the pressure of long queues. Airport terminals were not just transient spaces. They were destinations in themselves, offering an environment conducive to relaxation and leisure. Airline lounges were exclusive retreats for first class and business class passengers. These oases of comfort were replete with plush seating, fine dining, and attentive service. Today, while lounges do sometimes still exist, they often cater to a broader audience and lack the exclusivity and refined atmosphere that characterized their early predecessors. Boarding an airplane was an event to be savored. Passengers strolled leisurely across the tarmac, soaking in the majesty of the aircraft before ascending the staircase to the plane's entrance. The open-air boarding process lent an air of excitement and adventure, contrasting sharply with the sterile, enclosed jet bridges that dominate modern airports today. Seating arrangements were more generous in the past. Legroom was ample, and seats, well, they were wider, making long-haul flights a far more comfortable experience. The concept of economy class did exist, but it lacked the austerity and tight confines that have become synonymous with it today. Passengers could recline their seats without feeling guilty, and the cabin crew provided a level of service that bordered on the luxurious. In-flight meals were a culinary experience, not a mere afterthought. Passengers were treated to gourmet meals served on real china with metal cutlery, accompanied by a selection of fine wines. Today's prepackaged, microwaved offerings pale in comparison to the gastronomic delights that once graced the skies. The art of dining in the air has become a lost luxury, replaced by the efficiency of prepackaged snacks. Smoking was not only permitted, but it was a common sight on airplanes. The haze of cigarette smoke lingered in the cabin. It created an atmosphere inconceivable in today's smoke-free flights. While the health hazards of smoking on planes led to its eventual ban, the memory of a cloud of smoke hovering above passengers adds a layer of nostalgia to the recollection of air travel during this era. The cockpit was an open realm of fascination for young and old alike. Passengers, especially children, were often invited to visit the cockpit during the flight. The pilots were approachable, and the cockpit doors remained ajar, fostering a sense of camaraderie between passengers and the flight crew that's inconceivable in this post-9/11 world. Baggage, too, was a different story in the heyday of air travel. Passengers didn't have to worry about squeezing their belongings into restrictive carry-on sizes or paying exorbitant fees for checked luggage. The allowance for checked bags was more generous, and there was a sense of trust that once your suitcase disappeared into the bowels of the airport, it would magically reappear at your destination. Lost luggage? Well, it was a rarity, and the luggage carousel was a place of anticipation rather than anxious waiting. Travelers could bring along larger suitcases without fear of excess charges, and the process of retrieving one's belongings was a far cry from the hurried, stress-induced carousel scrums that characterized today's baggage claim areas. The luggage itself was often more robust, adorned with colorful tags and stickers from various exotic destinations, a tangible testament to the traveler's adventurous spirit. Thanks for watching Memory Mountain. If you enjoyed this video, please click to subscribe to our channel and hit that thumbs up button. Be sure to tap the notification bell so you'll be one of the first to know when we post our next story looking back over the landscape of Americana. And if you really like what you see, we'd be honored if you'd click to join as a member of our channel, where you'll get exclusive benefits and an increased voice in the videos you will see.